Every night at 11, they would show Benny Hill, and at 11:30, they would show Dave Allen. The first part of the summer, I was in the Benny Hill because I was 12, 14, and tits were new to me. But it was Dave Allen that I ended up staying up for, and Dave Allen is responsible for making me want to do what he did. I remember sitting there watching Dave Allen, 14 years old, by myself, no one telling me anything about Irish or British culture, and it was like, even though he was saying things that had references I didn't quite understand, there was something about his tone and demeanor that made me understand everything.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I want to know how to do that.
Yeah, I love Dave Allen. I went to see him live, and it was like one of the best live shows, even now, that I've ever been to see. It was brilliant. It was amazing.
And if I'm brutally honest, if I had to pick between American comedy, English comedy, French comedy, Irish comedy, I would say Irish comedy is my favorite.
Really?
Honestly.
So apart from Dave Allen, who would you who would you pay to go and see live?
Irish or in general?
Just in general, really. But yeah, maybe Irish.
Who would I pay to see? I would pay to go see Daniel Kitson. I would pay to go see Kevin Gildee. I would pay to go see Steve Hughes. I would I would pay to go see Maria Bamford. And who else would I pay to go see? If he was alive, I would pay. What was that? What was his name? He was supposed to be a racist comedian. Everybody hated him. Old school. Bernard Manning. I would pay to go see Bernard Manning.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
You like his humour?
No,
Or
I
it's
don't.
just his delivery? What would you do? You would just go to pay to heckle?
No, ma'am. My father taught me when I was a boy. He said, if a man can do something you can't do, even if you don't like your man, even if you don't like that man, you still got to tip your hat. And I heard a recording of Bernard Manning, and he said one of the 5 funniest jokes I've ever fucking heard, and it was just funny.
Yeah.
And the joke could either be perceived as racist or it was racist, but the fact that it was so fucking funny made it irrelevant. The joke was this. He said, I came in second in a Robert Redford lookalike contest to a nigger. Oh my God. That just cracked me the hell up. And it's like one of the things I had to learn about comedy, when comedy's at its rawest form, I can't sit in the audience and piss myself when the joke's on white women, on cripples, or on racists, but not laugh when the joke's on black people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, last time I saw you live was up the creek, and
How
I
long
went.
ago?
It was last year, I think.
Oh, I'm so
And
sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
you were really good. And this is leading off on to what you were just saying. I really like the way that you use comedy or to put a different slant. And I don't want to give like your material away, but it was all about if we just sat down and talked to each other for a little while, we would actually find that we were very similar, and we could make a friendship. And it's just outside views that are being put on us and maybe brainwashed into thinking.
Bless you so much. Thank you for saying that. Most people don't. Because when I do my stand up, what I try to do, I try to make the auditorium be like my kitchen on a Saturday night, and it's just me and you couple of niggas in a room having a conversation. Thank you, baby.
That's all right. No, but I mean, it's so true because that I think that's at the heart of everything. That if we all talk a bit more and break down barriers, and comedy is a really good way of like cracking a problem open, and then you can you can talk about it and then fix it all back together again with a greater meaning, if you know what I mean. Like it's put back together in a different way, but sometimes you have to crack it open and let whatever has to come out before you can start rebuilding and putting it back together. And I think comedy is a really good way of doing that, because a lot of the time, sorry.
I know you're supposed to be interviewing me, but may I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
It's a question about Irishness, and it's a straight up question. Over the years, I've had several close Irish friends and 2 or 3 failed attempts at relationships with Irish women. My question is this: would it sound inaccurate from an outsider's point of view to say that a part of Irishness, even amongst the resilience and the sentimentality and the joyfulness, along with that, is often an undercurrent of sadness? Would that be unfair to say?
I don't know. I don't think I'm qualified to answer it. I don't know. I can't say it's played a big part in my life, so I don't know.
He's disappeared.
He might come back.
Maybe he's doing a disappearing act.
Maybe. We will wait. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I like to think that everybody, if you can have a chat about problems, and then once you've chatted about it, and everyone can see a different side of the story, and I think that's what was lacking in this great country of ours. And I think it was around times like just pre the coronavirus. I don't think I've ever seen this world as divided as it has been. And I now think that coronavirus, even though it's horrible, and obviously loads of people have lost their lives, and our hearts go out to them. I feel that for the first time in a long time that we're actually all talking and all trying to help each other to get through this. And I think, the fact that we had the BE celebrations in amongst it as well just added to another raw bit of emotion that that was that. Well, everyone, we're coming to our time. I don't think it's going. You've got to go off and do your quiz. I think we might as well leave it there, and we'll see what happens, and we'll come back another day, I'm sure. But we will sort it all out. So, thank you all for joining us. Barry, I only got to ask you a question. And but Barry, I hope you got the answer that you were looking for. Thank you all for joining us. And I'll see you, Holly, soon. And we will sort something out. And
yes,
we've got Richard Morton next time. So Richard Morton on the 15th of June. Richard's an old friend of Much Laughter. We all know him, and yeah, he's wonderful. So give it up, and we will see it. And thank you very much to Reginald D. Hunter for joining us, and we will catch up soon, I'm sure. All right then. I'll see you later.
Brilliant.
I'll see you later, Holly. Enjoy your quiz. Everybody else, enjoy your weekend. Tony Law's here tomorrow night. I want to say 7 o'clock. But so please check on the Much Laughter page. And I'll see you all on Sunday with Dave. So see you later. Bye.
Bye.